This is the beginning of what they call Andersonville Trail. We'll be making one stop on the way. So I will end this at some point. We're going to stop at an airport, which is where Charles Lindbergh made his first solo flight. And then we'll be heading on to the Andersonville National Park, which it was a Civil War POW camp, basically, where many lives were lost to starvation and disease here in the deep South, where it gets unbearably hot. Again, this is the town of Americus. It's next to Jimmy Carter's hometown of Plains, Georgia. Hometown and current residence, actually. It's a beautiful town. All these buildings from the 1900s and 1800s are well preserved. The city is bustling, which is unusual these days. Food Lion, I guess, is the big grocery store here. And this is a Lake Blackshear area as well. We just passed the Lake Blackshear Regional Library. I didn't realize that it included the Americus area. That's interesting. Being in Georgia, we've been getting a lot of brochures for buy a lot on Lake Jackson, buy a lot on Lake Blackshear, buy a lot on Lake Blue Ridge. There's a lovely old cemetery. Oh, pardon me. There's a lovely old cemetery over there. Definitely worth a trip back to Americus. It's we've done a 2-day, and you can probably find enough to do here to keep you busy in this area.
Turn left onto Tripp Street.
We did Albany first, then Americus, but you could always stay in Americus. Albany's not that far. And there's enough here to fill a good week, I would say. Wouldn't you, Chris?
Take the second left onto Tripp Street.
There's enough interesting stuff to do. Alright, here we go.
In 600 feet, turn right onto Georgia 49 North Crawford Street.
Zigzaggy here.
Turn right onto Georgia 49 North Crawford Street.
So zoop, it's gonna go that way.
Oh, okay. I see.
Continue on Georgia 49 North for 3 miles.
Alright, so yeah, it's about, I guess, 4 miles from downtown, I'd say. And there's a Harvey's supermarket. I've never heard of them before. It's interesting when you get to some of these rural towns, the grocery stores are, not your typical Kroger, Publix. Used to be a lot of Piggly Wiggly in the South, but I think they've finally closed up all stores. Yep, Bradford pear in bloom. Chris's least favorite flowering tree. They are pretty stinky.
The branches break easily too.
Oh yeah, they're terrible trees, and they also they pop up everywhere. They're kind of invasive, actually. So I don't recommend ever planting a Bradford pear. Oh, there's a nice little house over there. And there's some pretty big houses. Wow. Big gates and must be more of a... There's a pretty big hospital over here, so maybe this is more of a physicians type housing. Wow. There's a lake, 2 fireplaces. Looks like they had a guest / pool house. Ah, the red bud are starting to bloom. They're just budding. You can barely see the purple. Wow. Yeah, there's some little jonquils on the side of the road there. Oh, these properties are gorgeous. A lot of land. Wonder when these houses were built. A lot of them have dual fireplaces. Must have been the same architect, same time. But they look like they could be older houses, don't you think? Kind of like in the Georgian style of architecture. These are a little bit more, a lot of land, but a little bit more modern, traditional design on these homes over here.
Turn left onto Airport Road.
Well, there's another house with dual fireplaces, one on each side of the house. Lake goes on up into the woods over on the left. It's crazy.
Take the next left onto Airport